Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're talking about the one and only Turbo. Now, you know me, I'm super high on this crypto. I still think it is one of the best meme coins to be pretty much accumulating and buying during the dips, right? I truly do believe that. I truly do stand on that. And you guys got to remember, I personally don't recommend having your meme coin portfolio too much. For me, I think my meme coins are roughly 10 to 12%. I don't remember. I haven't calculated the new amount. I used to have it higher, but then I just been dollar cost averaging a bunch of other cryptos. So yeah, man, always keep meme coins as a kind of like a dark horse run. That's what I'd really recommend, just in case everything does go to crap. We can see a lot of meme coins actually have been going down the last 7 days. Dogecoin, Sheeb 10%, Pepe 16%, Pudgy Penguin 15. We can see it's 8%, 30% on SPX, which is actually kind of crazy. We can see 16% on Floki, with Dog with Hat 15%, Farcoin 23%. This new coin, I don't know, I've never heard of it, but Brett 20%, ApeCoin 12%, Mog 27%. Oh my. We can see Turbo's at 15%. So, Turbo actually has been holding its own. It really has. It's been doing really good. Where are we in ranks right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Width is 9, 10, combine 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're 17th. So we've seen this before where we kind of just fluctuate from like 13th to 17th. There was even a time where we were like actually in the mid to high 20s. So, just like in terms of consistency, we've been surviving, we've been holding, and there's a reason why, right? Peanut, I've never been for Peanut. It's down here. This Cheems, this Dog, Pop Cat, like all of these coins I've always just seen as less. NPC, like all of them. There's a bunch more. And Turbo has been the definition of really consistent. It's really hard to get into the top 10, right? We have Doge, Sheeb, Pepe, Pengu. Pengu, I did underrate. There were some fundamental things I did not like about it, but Bonk, Trump, hard is going to be hard, in SPX, and then with obviously 2 Farcoin. So it is very hard to break in, but I still believe we are ultimately going to be doing that at the end of the day. We can actually see if we go to something like Turbo, we actually in the last day have dropped 15%, right? 15%, or sorry, that's the last 7 days we dropped 16%. In the last day, we dropped roughly half of that. So what is the cause, right? What is the cause? I know some people are panicking about the market. Some people are panicking in general. We can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are ranked 170 out of the 9,506 crypto. So definitely on the lower end in terms of our personal ranking we've seen in a while. We're at 216 million market cap with 32 million volume in the last 24 hours. And we can see that when we go to the holders, we kind of just been going sideways. We've been technically growing, but very slowly. 1 holder, 2 holder a day, which is still better than losing, tens or hundreds of holders during times like this, right? Going break even is not really that bad during a down period. We can see, ladies and gentlemen, right? This is what everyone is panicking about. We have dropped another couple of percent. We dropped pretty much, let's just say 9% in the last day. Now, here's the thing, which you guys got to realize is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin has dropped thousands and thousands of dollars. We go oversee, boom, right? We have dropped 4% for Bitcoin. So Turbo dropping, let's just say roughly a little bit more than double than Bitcoin is actually very good, because we've seen in the past where Bitcoin would drop like 4% and Turbo would get wrecked 16 to 20%, right? Altcoins always usually get wrecked around double, but then when it's a meme coin, they can get wrecked up to even 4 to 5 times more, right, per percent. So if it's like 2% down for Bitcoin, it could be 10% down for something like Turbo. So we're holding really well in terms of ratios, probably because Bitcoin dominance did drop a little bit. Obviously, over the last few days, it's going a little bit sideways, but generally speaking, it has been going down. Ladies and gentlemen, the big thing is here, right? We have just a couple of days left to see where the monthly candle is going to close, right? We do not personally really want to close below here. Now, the worst case we can do is a double bottom. in terms of what I would personally like to see, right? In terms of what I would personally like to see is maximum a double bottom. Okay. I do not really want to start technically forming a lower low, right? Don't really want to necessarily do that. Now, I still think that pretty much in the beginning of September, I would not be surprised if we see some type of sweeps, right? Some type of manipulation. I would not be surprised if we get as low as even this candle over here, down to 0.003. I don't think we're necessarily going to go back down to 0.0029. I think that's very unlikely, but obviously we would have to see and wait for confirmation, right? Because it's not that far apart. This and this, it's not that far apart. And of course, we will be looking at the weekly candle closes. As you guys know, we are getting squished from both sides, right? We are getting squished. We have a low here, we have high and higher low here. So we are getting squished, right? We have a lower high, and then eventually, you know, we're going to find some type of bottom, most likely here, meaning we don't have much room to move. Now, ultimately, I still think the bigger picture is looking really, really good, really, really solid. I'm not really too panicked yet. I know some people are. We have rate cuts coming up this September. Oh, I know. Oh, it's not certain. It's not certain. Oh, shut up, dude. It's like 90%. It's been like fluctuating like 90% this whole time. Like I don't need something to tell me for it to be true. You know, people like when you look at the news, when you look at the narratives, when you look at anything in life, they flip flop all the time, and it like everyone's going to tell you to buy Bitcoin and crypto when it's going to be at the top, and if you listen to those people, like you're going to get wrecked. Just the same way people told you to sell at the bottoms because confirmation bias. It just I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if that sounds rude, right? When there's a very high likely chance of something, when I see how Trump and Powell are behaving with each other, when the threats he's throwing at Powell, the amount of like months that he's been going at him, and just more and more aggressively over the last few months, especially just and also just how the economy is and everything. Rate cuts are pretty much going to be inevitable at this point, and I'm counting on them. I am personally counting on them. And if they don't happen, I mean, shit, I was wrong. But you know, when something is 90% likely, do you go for it or do you go against it? I mean, it's just like kind of common sense. So yeah, look, hopefully we see some type of bounce back here, close at least higher than this candle, and probably, you know, just have a decent monthly close for the August, right? Because yeah, man, you know, we've been moving up. We've been moving up clearly, you can see, but we've just been rejecting. We've been rejecting. So obviously we don't want to, you know, obviously we don't want to just be like, hey, we actually do fully respect this zone and then come back down here. Now, will this ever happen? Nah, I really, really doubt it. That means pretty much altcoin season would be canceled. And I mean, like, it is what it is, right? I mean, it is what it is if that were the case. So anyways, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to enjoy my time with the family. I love you guys so, so much. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your time too. Summer's been lit. Summer's been great. We are starting up a bunch of new things in the private community. I hope to see you guys there, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.